All right, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope you're all doing well tonight. Happy Tuesday. We're back to hockey for a little while longer. For those of you who don't know, I talked about it tonight on my TikTok Live. We are probably going to be doing hockey for a couple more weeks. We're going to continue to do some new games. I'm going to continue to play Horizon here and there until I platinum it. And then mid-March, I'm going to probably switch more to wrestling. And then we'll kind of probably do a wrestling/baseball balance through the spring and summer, but we'll see. Maybe do like a baseball 3 nights a week, a WWE, a Wednesday night wrestling, and then like a Friday new game Friday kind of thing, maybe as that goes on. So, hockey, a few more weeks of hockey. However, we're still here in the last week of February, and it is the we're Stanley Cup for our expansion franchise, the Dragons against the Avalanche. Oh, I should mute the television so you don't get the echo. Bang. Bang. And we are... Yeah, we're up 2-0 in the series. We're heading to Colorado for Game 3. Take a chance to take either a commanding lead or... Can Colorado get back in this series? Soda, I got seltzer, got some water, plenty of drinks. McKinnon versus Duchesne, and we are underway here at Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Makar moves to the left side after the faceoff win, has the puck moving in down low, but one-time shot blocked. I don't think it hit actually Ranta. I think it hit off of somebody. As Klingberg now, pass intercepted by Rantanen, leaves it for McKinnon, back to Makar at the blue line. His shot blocked by Antanasiu. Nice block there. Is now down low, poked away, and here comes Patrick Hornqvist now. 2 minutes into the first. Scoreless first here is Hornqvist from the right circle. A shot saved by Kemper. Puck kicks down to Duchesne. Matt Duchesne circling around. Duchesne shot save again by Kemper. Kicks down to Antanasu. Pushes it along the boards. Hornqvist now. Back to the point for Klingberg. Across to Spurgeon. Spurgeon lets it rip. His shot is blocked. McKinnon gets it now out of danger. And across the blue line, across the Landeskog. His shot is blocked. McKinnon, though, it kicks right to him, and he flips it on net, and he beats Ronto, who I think lost sight of the puck. McKinnon's 11th of the playoffs. A huge goal as the Avalanche strike first. Dragons wanted a change, but couldn't get one. And they take a 1-0 lead here in Game 3. Giroux versus Jenner. Giroux acquired at the trade deadline, I do believe, is... Face-off one back to Hunt. Now up to Hutton. Gets it back to Burakovsky. Now back to Hunt. The trailer coming in. Shot saved by Ranta. Leaves it for Devin Taves. Up to Boone Jenner. Loses it. Recovered by Craig Smith. Smith now get across to Corey Perry. In for the injured Lindblom. To Killington. Excuse me. Now Taves, his shot is blocked. Oh, we might have ourselves a bit of a scrum here. As Corey Perry. Taves seems fine, but Corey Perry getting in somebody's face. No, Darkstruck, I don't play Halo anymore. I haven't touched Halo since, unless it was we're going to get coincidental minors here is what it looks like. So some 4-on-4 hockey. I haven't touched Halo Infinite since the new year. Kern versus Giroux now. Face-off won by Giroux, back to Hutton. Across the Landeskog. Landeskog gets laid out by Killing, but he gets it up to Hunt. He sends the puck deep. And Colin Miller retrieves it. He gets hit there, but he does get back up to Killington. And now over to Jack Roslovic. Across to Kern. Puts on the brakes. Left circle. Shot saved by Kemper with the glove, and he'll freeze the puck. Yeah, Darkstroke, I just don't care to. I've gotten all the achievements that I want from it, and I've moved on to the next game. I'm on to the next game. On to the next game. Kern versus McKinnon now. Face-off won by McKinnon. Back to Hunt. Pass up to Rantanen. Rantanen along the right side at the blue line. Gets by Shattenkirk. Shot saved by Ranta. Nice move there by Rantanen. As Zingle now will get it up to Shattenkirk. With less than a minute to go on this 4-on-4. Shattenkirk, a shot saved by Kemper. Big blast there from the slot. As Hunt gets it away from danger. And now loses the puck. Into the trapezoid. Gets it back and sends it up to McKinnon. Klingberg takes something in. I'm not going to lie, Darkstroke, I've never been a huge fan of Halo's multiplayer. I'm more of a Gears of War guy. I always have been. I prefer I prefer Gears' modes, the 5-on-5. Halo's multiplayer feels like the same as it did 20 years ago, and it feels like the rest of gaming has gone one way, and they stayed stagnant, and that's the thing. You either like Halo's multiplayer, or you don't. And like I said, I played enough of it to be like, yeah, I'm still not a huge Halo guy. I should say, I prefer the campaign. I'd rather play the campaign. Shot saved by Ronta. Leaves it for Klingberg. Now up to Devin Taves. Up to Antonisiu. Antonisiu now, moving down low. Shot saved by Kemper. I mean, I'll say that Halo Infinite's campaign is fantastic. I mean, to me, it didn't make my top 5, but it would have made my top 10 last year. And that's mostly just on the campaign. Jenner versus Yost now. Face-off won by Yost, back to Makar. Up to Megna. 1-0 Avalanche, halfway through the first. Megna hit there at the boards. Corey Perry finds the puck and sends it around. Jenner there finds it. Circles back the other way. Pass up to Corey Perry. Perry can't get the shot off. Gerard gets it away from danger up to Yost. I mean, if you like Halo, Darkstroke, that's good for you, man. Like, you get that on Game Pass. Shot saved by Ronta off of Megna. Trinan now. Yost, shot save again. Rebound. Ronta gets post to post and makes the save. As again, some sustained pressure. Then Yost pays the penalty down low. Big hit as Smith gets it up to Corey Perry now. 5 minutes left in the first. 1-0 Avalanche. Perry is shot saved by Kemper. Jenner sends it around the boards to Smith. Sends it across the blue line to Miller. Colin Miller is shot saved by Kemper, and he freezes the puck. Darkstroke, I'm all for Paulie's number being retired. They wanted to retire his number years ago, but it was O'Neill himself who resisted it. It's Giroux versus McLeod. Face-off won by Giroux, but Janmark takes it away. Janmark back to the point for Killington. Across the Taves. Devin Taves is shot saved by Kemper. Punched into the corner for Niskanen. I talked about it. I did a live TikTok today for about 45 minutes. I talked about it. I think it's great for Paulie. I think it's great for the Yankees. I think it's a great thing that Paul O'Neill is having his number retired. I'm going to say this. If you have a problem with it, then Reggie Jackson shouldn't have his number retired. Right? Like, if you're talking about, well, O'Neill wasn't a career Yankee, who cares? O'Neill spent 9 years with the Yankees. He won 4 World Series titles. He was a .303 hitter as a Yankee. Like, at the time, he was the oldest man as Devin Taves ties to score at 1 on his third of the playoffs. At the time, he was the oldest man to have a 2020 season. Like, and Andrew, Darkstroke just answered your question. I am not getting Dying Light 2. Not until, maybe down the road some point when it's super cheap and they fix all the bugs. But Techland has a history of their game being absolute dog crap at launch. And this was no different. This was no different. I know several friends whose save data just disappeared. Just was deleted because the game is busted. I have heard nothing worth spending $60 or $70 on that game for. I didn't enjoy the first one, as Gilbert intercepts and will clear, and that'll be the end of the first. So at the end of 20 here at Ball Arena in Colorado, 2 goals, split 1 apiece. Devin Taves ties it late. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Dragons and Avalanche is tied at 1 going into the second period. Delaware outshot Colorado 11-7. Hits are 4 apiece. Face-off 7-1 in favor of the Avalanche. Andrew, I heard it's unplayable for a lot of people. A lot of people are having really bad technical issues with it. Like it's, and the first one wasn't very good either, in my opinion. Until much later, they released DLC and they fixed all the bugs. If you're really curious about Dying Light 2, either wait for it to be super cheap, or wait for like an Ultimate Edition, because you know they're going to put DLC out, you know they're going to do all that stuff, and then they're going to fix the bugs, but it's going to take time. It's going to take a year. It's going to probably take a year, much like it happened with Cyberpunk. To me, it's a Cyberpunk scenario. The game is too broken to be worth playing at this point. And I know they're fixing it. They're doing their best. Their best isn't good enough. Not yet, anyway. McKinnon versus Duchesne. Face-off won by Duchesne. Back to Jared Spurgeon. Sends it over to Klingberg. To Antonisiu, who pushes it forward to Duchesne. Duchesne trying to get to Hornqvist. Oh, nice save by Kemper there. Looking for the redirect down low. Spurgeon back to Klingberg. Klingberg, a long shot. Saved by Kemper as he snatches it from the sky. Jenner versus McKinnon to the right of Kemper. Face-off won back by McKinnon to McCarr. Gets hit by Jenner, but he gets it out to Girard. Up to Landeskog. He gets hit, loses the puck. Smith back to Killington. Killington up to Corey Perry along the left side. Puts on the brakes. Cuts in. Shot, save, rebound. Jenner tried to deflect it on net, or that might Smith, excuse me. But Kemper was there. Smith now trying to come in down low. Shot deflected wide. Never got through to Kemper. Girard now from the trapezoid up to Rantanen. Horizon Forbidden West has been great, Andrew. Honestly, if I had to score it right now, it's probably in the high 8s or low 9s. But I know there's a lot of game left, so I really don't feel it's responsible to put a score on it because there's still a lot of narrative stuff I need to find. The game is really opening up now as I'm getting to these new regions. As Jenner slap shot saved by Kemper, and he freezes the puck. But Forbidden West is great. We're going to play more of it tomorrow here on stream. It's really, really good. I can't complain about it. I mean, I could. There's a couple of little things. Like, I'll say this. The more I play, I think that the weapon wheel they use, because there's so many weapons you acquire in the game, I think it's a little cluttered. I think they could, I mean, like, again, if I'm being nitpicky here, I think they could come up with a slightly better weapon selection system. And I talked about this yesterday as Sanford is shot saved by Kemper. I talked about this yesterday as trying to get it through the screen, or through the bodies there, but Hutton intercepts and gets up to Nitschkin, who sends it deep. Miller now back. I feel that the climbing mechanics in a game like Assassin's Creed are better. I get caught as Zach Sanford scores his 5th of the playoffs. Far post top shelf beats Kemper, and the Dragons are up 2-1. I would say the climbing isn't bad, but yeah, I think there's a couple of times where I get caught in the environment. So minor little bugs here or there, but nothing crazy, especially in a world like that. Massive environment, so it's a little bit forgivable. Giroux versus McLeod, face-off won by Giroux, back to Hutton. But yeah, it's very enjoyable. Very much enjoying Horizon as Ronta now leaves it for Spurgeon. And as soon as I'm done here, I'll be playing it again personally. As Zingle sends it up, pass goes past Janmark. Janmark ticked off as he screams at the ref that he probably could have won that race. Instead, it'll be an icing. It'll come all the way back down to the left of Ronta. Halfway through the second, 2-1 Dragon lead. Face-off won by McLeod to Klingberg. Klingberg up to Zingle. Zingle along the right side. Janmark versus Hunt. Hunt takes it away and sends it over to Yost. Yost regroups, circling back in his own zone. Harassed by McLeod, but sends it up to Trennan. Trennan across to Hunt. Up to Yost. Hit by Spurgeon. Kicks back to Hunt. Hunt gains the zone. Hit by Klingberg. Gets hit hard. Loses the puck back to center ice. But Gilbert, fresh off the bench, gets it back to Hunt. Puck now pinballing around at center ice. Spurgeon kicks it forward to McLeod. He sends it over to Zingle. Zingle from the left circle. Shot saved by Kemper. Saw it all the way, but a chance now for the Dragons to get some fresh bodies out there. McKinnon versus Duchesne now to the right of Kemper. Nice. You might be ahead of me, Darkstroke. I feel like I'm a third of the way through. Face-off won by Duchesne to Shattenkirk. Shot saved by Kemper. As now Rantanen gets the puck away from Antonisiu and over to Newhook. Up to McKinnon. 6 minutes left in the second here. 2-1 Dragons. They have the only goal of the period. Pass cross ice to Newhook. Shot saved by Ronta. And he freezes the puck. McKinnon now again against Jenner. Face-off won by Boone Jenner to Killington. Killington in the trapezoid. Setting things up. Passes up to Devin Taves. Taves, who had the first goal of the game for the Dragons. Sends it across ice for Jenner, but intercepted by Gilbert. Rantanen now takes it away. Gilbert. McKinnon, cross ice to Landeskog. Back to Rantanen. Knocked away by Taves. Jenner finds it. And starts back the other way. Boone Jenner acquired from the Blue Jackets. Shot saved by Ronta. Or excuse me, Kemper. My apologies. As Jenner now circling. Shot saved again by Kemper. Craig Smith now with the puck from the left circle. Shot. And Smith scores. His 5th of the playoffs. Finds the sweet spot from the left circle. And hits the far side of the cage. Puts the biscuit in the basket. It's 3-1 Delaware. Now Kern versus Giroux with 2.5 left in the second period. Jenner and Taves the assists. Face-off won by Kern, back to Shattenkirk, to Miller, back up to Kern, who gains the blue line. Alex Kern, Rookie of the Year likely, shot saved by Kemper. Burakovsky keeps it away from Shattenkirk off the rebound, and back to Girard. Now up to Giroux, across to Makar. Makar hit by Shattenkirk. Kern now, back to Miller. And now tries to get it out and does up to Kern. Kern gains the zone. Back to Sanford, who had the second Dragons goal. Takes a shot and a save by Kemper with just under, less than 25 seconds left now in the period. 21.4 specifically. Dragons have really clamped down defensively this period. Only 2 shots for the Avalanche, and they both came early. Nitschkinen with the puck. Sanford, Roslovic, shot saved by Kemper again. Good job off the quick face-off win there by the Dragons to get some quick pressure on the Avalanche netminder. Outside of the first 2 minutes of the period, it's been all Delaware. Kern versus Giroux. Face-off won by Giroux to Girard. Up to Nitschkinen now. Nitschkinen trying to gain the zone. Throws it towards the net. Shot saved by Ronta as the period expires. Wonder if the shot will count at the end of 40. Here at Ball Arena in Denver, it's 3-1 Dragons. It did not count. So there you go. So Delaware out shooting Colorado 26-9, out hitting them 8-4. Face-offs 12-6 in favor of Colorado. But a much better period overall in that category was 5-5. So much better for the Dragons overall, I should say. Duchesne versus McKinnon now. Center ice, third period underway. Avalanche just looking to see if they have a comeback in their bones to try and not go down in this Stanley Cup final 3-0 as Rantanen takes it away at the blue line. Back to Landeskog. Down low, pass intercepted by Duchesne. Puck knocked loose. Duchesne cuts through the slot and up through neutral ice, and now back towards the Avalanche slot as Duchesne gets a shot off, but deflected on net, saved by Kemper. Landeskog finds it. Hornqvist, good forecheck. Patrick Hornqvist now trying to get it back down low to Antonisiu. Deflects back to Hornqvist. Hornqvist can't get a shot off. Duchesne loses it, and Rantanen gets it away from danger up to McKinnon. McKinnon along the left side, hit by Klingberg. Makar keeps it in, though. Puck kicks all the way down, and finding it is Jared Spurgeon in the trapezoid. Spurgeon, bank pass up to Craig Smith with 4 minutes gone here in the third. Smith from the slot can't get a shot off as the Avalanche surround him, and Landeskog gets it up to Nitschkinen. Nitschkinen now gets hit by Spurgeon, loses the puck back to Nitschkinen. Nitschkinen cutting down low, one-time shot saved by Ronta. Duchesne might have got a piece of it to deflect it into his netminder's pads as Klingberg now long pass up to Smith. Smith along the right side. Cutting back towards the slot, loses the puck, regains control. Smith now circling again, little button hook shot saved by Kemper. Corey Perry now a shot, can't get it off, deflected wide. Giroux hit by Jenner, but gets up to Burakovsky on the breakout. Killington against Burakovsky, pass back, intercepted by Jenner. Back to Killington now. Oliver Killington through neutral ice, gains the blue line, sends it across to Sanford. Zach Sanford a shot saved by Kemper with 8 minutes gone here in the third. Kern and Giroux now to the right of Kemper. Face-off won by Giroux, back to Hunt. Back up to Nitschkinen. Nitschkinen at the blue line. Surrounded by Dragons. Taken away by Jack Roslovic. Up to Sanford, across to Shattenkirk. Back to Sanford. Shot deflected into the boards. Roslovic there, gets it back to Colin Miller. Miller a long shot. Down low, Kern's shot saved by Kemper. Good deflection there for the Dragons, but Kemper was ready for it. Roslovic takes it back again at center ice and starts back the other way for the Dragons. Sends over to Sanford. Sanford a shot saved by Kemper. Kern gets it in the corner, gathers there. Now comes down low. He gets hit, nothing called. Burakovsky, might have been a slash or something. Over to Megna. At least the way he skated, it looked like he might have been hooked or something, not sure. Roslovic now trying to get it out of the zone, but can't. Megna keeps it in. To Burakovsky, shot saved by Ronta, rebound! Megna scores! His third of the playoffs! His second of the Stanley Cup final! And the Avalanche have cut the lead to 1 here with 7.5 left in the third. A bad rebound from Ronta leads to the second Colorado goal. Burakovsky the only assist. McLeod loses the faceoff to Yost. Hutton with the puck for the Avalanche. Hit by Zingle. Over to Trennan now. Back to Hunt. Down low to Yost. Hit by Zingle. Janmark takes it away. Tyus Janmark now cutting through the blue line. Cutting across it, I should say. Over to Killington. Back to Taves. Devin Taves with a goal tonight. His slapper is blocked by Trennan. He gets it back to Megna. Megna hit by Killington. Zingle gets the loose puck. Megna slow to get up and gets onto the bench. Zingle now cutting in. Ryan Zingle, a shot saved by Kemper. Zingle again kicks it around to Janmark. Back to the point for Killington across to Taves. Taves this time gets the shot off. Saved by Kemper. Rantanen in the corner with 4 minutes left in the third. Up to Yost. Yost gets hit hard at neutral ice. McLeod takes it away. Good job there by the fourth line centerman. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty against the Avalanche. 6 men on the ice now for the Dragons. Shot saved by Kemper. He'll freeze it. And it looks like cross-checking on Rantanen, who will go to the sin bin for 2 with only 3 minutes, 3:11 specifically, left in the regulation. Comfort versus Jenner, as the power play units and penalty kill units go out for each team. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Girard with the puck. He'll send it into the bench. Dragons looking for a delay of game call. Nothing doing. So Jenner versus Comfort again. To the right of Kemper. Face-off won this time by Jenner to Spurgeon. Spurgeon a shot saved by Kemper. Comfort with the puck. Passes up to Makar. Makar will clear and kill time off the penalty kill. You have to imagine if the Avalanche can survive this, they'll immediately, when it sits back to 5-on-5, pull the netminder. Jenner now from the right side. Slap shot saved by Kemper. Hornqvist now moving in down low. Patrick Hornqvist a shot saved. And Makar gets the rebound out of danger. Puck goes all the way down. 2 minutes left in the third. 50 seconds left in the power play. Klingberg over to Spurgeon. Jenner has it taken away. Sherwood, nice turnover forced there at center ice. Perry takes it back for the Dragons. Corey Perry now tries to gain the zone. Leaves it for Jenner. Taken away by Girard. And Girard will clear. Nice play there on defense by the Avalanche. As it's sent back around the boards, up to Hornqvist, as the power play will now expire. We're back to 5-on-5. Hornqvist, Perry, shot saved by Kemper. Dragons still have the zone. Shot down low is deflected. Hornqvist looking for another penalty, and he will get it. It looks like an interference call on the Avalanche. What a terrible time to draw another penalty. Cale Makar. So really terrible play here late by the Avalanche. You wonder if the pressure has caught up to them. You kill off the penalty with a minute to go, a chance to tie it. You draw another bad one. Kern versus Trennan now to the left of Kemper. Face-off won by Trennan. You have to imagine the Avalanche are going to pull the netminder. Here comes Kemper to the bench. Yost gains the zone. It's 5-on-5. Oh, he hit the post! He hit the post short-handed! What? That should have tied the game! And Ronta's best friend is the iron! As Zingle now gets the shot off. It's a power play, empty net goal! And oh, how quickly the tides do turn! What could have been the game-tying goal rings off the iron. The Dragons come back the other way. Roslovic and Miller the assists on Zingle's fourth of the playoffs. It's an empty net power play goal. As they'll pull the netminder again at 6-on-5. Here comes Antanasiu, who has been the king of the empty netters this playoffs. That's his 7th of the playoffs. His 4th empty netter. And now it's 5-2, and that should be the nail in the coffin. But as it's been every game of this Stanley Cup final, it's been close late, and then the Dragons are able to take care of the empty net. Taves the only assist. Face-off won by the Avalanche as Duchesne now. He'll throw it on. Oh, and it bounces in! Oh, he was just throwing it on net! Just for the sake of killing time, and it went right through Kemper's 5-hole for his 8th of the playoffs. Yeah, Darkstroke, I really don't care if it gets spoiled. I really, I mean, if you go out of your way to spoil it for people, you're a jerk. But, Darkstroke, I'm telling you, I'm not going to pay money for that movie. Duchesne wins the faceoff back to Taves. Gilbert up to Ranton. It was funny, I was wearing one of my Batman shirts the other day. I was talking to the girl at the coffee shop that I go to down the street called Lately. And she's like, are you going to see the movie? And I said, no, probably not. I'm going to wait for it to hit HBO Max in April. And she's like, you know, I don't blame you. It's going to be a 3-hour movie. I don't feel like sitting there for 3 hours not being able to take a break to watch what will probably be a hit or miss Batman film. It's going to be, you're going to love it or hate it. There's going to be no in between. So there's Duchesne's goal that went right through Kemper, but the game was already over at that point. Delaware outshot Colorado 41-11, outhit them 12-11, faceoffs 19-8 in favor of the Avalanche. Number 3-star, Andreas Antanasiu. Number 2-star with a goal, an assist, and a hit, Matt Duchesne. I mean, you want to go see it, Darkstroke? That's fine, man. You spend your money however you want to spend your money. But I'm going to tell you, don't come in here and chat and spoil it on purpose. Devin Taves, a goal, 2 assists, and a hit, your number 1-star. Since he scored that goal and tied it at 1, the Dragons did not look back and are now a game away from being your Stanley Cup champions. Darkstroke, that's fine that you think it looks good. I do not think it looks good. And that's fine that your FOMO is over, you know, is driving your decision at this point. You don't want to get spoiled. You don't want to miss out, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm an old man who doesn't care if people spoil the Batman. What's up, Young? How's it going, buddy? Now, Multiverse of Madness, I will see as soon as I can. That's a different story. That looks great. And it's not like I hate, like, you know what DC's doing? DC's TV shows are better than their films right now. Peacemaker was phenomenal. I loved Peacemaker. I thought it was great. I really do. And I'm looking forward to season 2 and seeing where they're going with the character. John Cena really showed me something with this TV show as Duchesne versus McKinnon wins it back to Makar. Game 4, Stanley Cup final underway. And immediately the Avalanche are going to go into the power play. Sloppy stick there from John Klingberg. Went for the puck and actually accidentally took out the winger's legs. This is the Stanley Cup final. It is game 4. If we win this, we sweep, and then we go into the offseason. So the Avalanche, though, will have the man advantage here in a do-or-die game 4 for them. Face-off won by Kern to Taves. Up to Zingle. Zingle gets hit hard at center ice. Does get the puck out of the zone. Giroux now gains the zone. Poked away by Spurgeon. And then Ronta pushes it into the trapezoid. And Spurgeon now can't clear. Makar keeps it in. Landeskog down low. Shot, save, rebound. McKinnon scores. His 12th of the playoffs. Ronta got peppered there, had three shots in a row, made the first 2 saves, but McKinnon scored on the 3rd. And a minute in here to the first of game 4, it's 1-0 Avalanche as Duchesne wins that one now. Spurgeon to Klingberg. back to Spurgeon. But remember, Colorado scored first, I believe, in games 2 and 3, and, well, we all know the results of those. As Spurgeon back to Klingberg. Klingberg a shot, saved by Kemper. Nice little stick work there by John Klingberg. As Duchesne now down low to Hornqvist, and Patrick Hornqvist immediately ties it up. 90 seconds later, we're knotted back up at 1. What a feed from Duchesne to Hornqvist. Holy cow! And just like that, the Dragons are on the board. No chance for Kemper there as he's playing Duchesne all the way. How do you let Hornqvist get behind the defense like that? Duchesne the only assist. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Rantanen now back to Landeskog. Shot saved by Ronta. Jenner gets the loose puck and circles back around. Long pass now for Corey Perry. Corey Perry gains the blue line. Puts on the brakes. Now across the blue line to Taves. Devin Taves a shot saved by Kemper. Might have hit him in the mask. Corey Perry gets the rebound. Perry now down low. Can't get the shot through. Second shot goes wide. Smith, there's a big scrum here. Finally, Gerard, Smith was held very obviously. And it'll be a Dragon power play as Kyle McCarr goes back to the sin bin. Yes, I saw Peacemaker. I finished Peacemaker. I thought Peacemaker was phenomenal. Absolutely loved it. I mean, you want to talk about spoilers. I'm surprised you haven't been spoiled about the finale, Darkstroke. As Trennan versus Kern. Trennan will clear. All the way down it goes. Spurgeon retrieves it for the Dragons. Pass up to Zingle now. Zingle across to Kern. Kern shot misses wide. Zingle now moving in down low. Circling around the net. Has it poked away, but gathers it back. Cuts to the slot shot, saved by Kemper. Saw it all the way as the slot opened up like the Red Sea. I mean, everybody I know is talking about that finale for Peacemaker. It's Jenner versus Sherwood now. Face-off won by the Avalanche, and they will clear halfway through this penalty kill. 6 minutes into the first. A 1-1 game 4. As Corey Perry now will gain the zone. He looks for Hornqvist. Instead, he pulls off, goes back to the point, but Miller was pinching in for some reason. Ronta has to play it now, and he sends it back to Miller. Miller up to Corey Perry. 20 seconds left. Corey Perry cutting to the slot shot, and Corey Perry lights the lamp! His first of the playoffs! Couldn't have come at a better time! It's a power play goal! And just like that, the Dragons are up by 1 here in the first of Game 4! Nice, Young. Well, honestly, dude, like, if you get a PS5, get yourself Horizon. It is worth it. Easily, Sony's, as Miller and Ronta get the assists on that goal, Sony's best game for the PS5, the most true next-gen experience is Horizon, at least for Sony. I would say it's probably Halo and Forza for Xbox, as Smith now gains the zone. Craig Smith pinching in, shot saved by Kemper. McCarr gets away from danger. Corey Perry, only his 4th game of the playoffs. Lindblom got injured in Game 1, has replaced him on the second line, but he delivers a power play goal now, his first. And right now, it is the go-ahead goal in what could be the game-clinching as Hornqvist scores 1, his 2nd of the game, his 8th of the playoffs. It's 3-1 Delaware here in the first. As I was saying, this could be the game, the Stanley Cup-clinching game for the Dragons. That's pretty good. 2 controllers and the 2 terabyte hard drive, Young, for $600. That's pretty good price. As face-off won by Colorado. Hutton with the puck. Back to Rantanen. Down to Landeskog. Has his pocket picked. Klingberg gets the puck away from danger and up to Duchesne. Duchesne gets hit hard at center ice. Puck will be cleared all the way down. Spurgeon will find it in the corner. Jared Spurgeon, long pass for Duchesne, who gets behind the defense and poked away. Hornqvist looking for the Hattie. Instead, Hutton will pick his pocket and knock it loose and then take the puck back around his own net. Over to Cole. Ian Cole up to McKinnon. McKinnon hit at the point. Puck kicks to Spurgeon. Jared Spurgeon now cuts into the slot. Shot saved by Kemper. And Cole keeps it away from danger. Rantanen over to McKinnon. He gets hit by Klingberg. Sanford with the puck. Sends it around to Spurgeon. Spurgeon up to Kern. Across to Sanford. Zach Sanford now. From the left circle, a shot saved by Kemper with 4:42 left in the first. If Hornqvist gets a Hattie tonight, I think he's your Conn Smythe winner. Yost versus McLeod. Face-off won by Yost, back to Gilbert. Up to Yost, poked away by Colin Miller. Miller leaves it for McLeod, gets it out of danger. Taken away by Yost at center ice. Back the other way come the Avalanche as Yost gets hit at the point by Miller. McLeod takes it away. Yost takes it back, gets it to Megna, and then McLeod takes it away. Gains the zone. Possession pinballs around, but the Dragons settling it down now. McLeod's shot might have been saved by Kemper, might have gone wide. It was close. I think Kemper might have got a piece of it. Tough shot as McLeod now shot down low, saved by Kemper. McLeod now circling. Back to Janmark, across to Miller, to Shattenkirk, throws it towards the net, deflected, saved by Kemper on the soft deflection down low. Oh, you mean like the ultimate version of God of War, right? Because, I mean, the new God of War won't be out for probably another year. With only a few seconds left in the period, Kern, a little spinorama shot, saved by Kemper. And he freezes it with literally 0.2 of a second left in the period. Kern versus Newhook now. Face-off won. I'm not even sure anybody won it, but the end of 20 here in Game 4. The Avalanche struck first, an early power play goal, and then the Dragons, raining fire down on the Avalanche, take a 3-1 lead into the intermission. Delaware out shooting Colorado 14-3. Hits are 5-3 in favor of Delaware. Face-offs 6-4 in favor of Colorado, and both teams have a power play goal tonight. Yeah, God of War was good, man. God of War was good. It wasn't my game of the year, but it was a good game. Duchesne versus McKinnon. McKinnon wins it back to Makar. Poked away by Klingberg. Puck kicks to Athanasiou. Athanasiou over to Klingberg. John Klingberg from the right side. Shot saved by Kemper. As Makar keeps it away temporarily from Hornqvist, but Spurgeon keeps it in. Spurgeon tries to get it down low to Athanasiou, but it kicks wide, and McKinnon finds it in the corner. And he leaves it behind for Makar. Up to Rantanen. His pass intercepted by Patrick Hornqvist. Back to Duchesne. Duchesne down low. Shot saved by Kemper. Short side shot, and he'll freeze it with 2.5 gone in the second. Jenner versus McKinnon now to the right of Kemper. Face-off won by McKinnon. Back over to Makar. He gets laid out by Jenner. Gerard with the puck, turns it over to Corey Perry. Perry back to the blue line for some reason. That's not where I wanted to pass it to. Perry has his stick held, nothing called. Starting to get a little chippy here in Game 4. McKinnon hit by Jenner and Smith. Yes, this is expansion franchise, Young, yes. So Corey Perry along the left side now, moving in, shot, save, rebound, 2 in a row, 3. Oh my goodness, Kemper standing on his head as the forwards for this second line are just peppering him constantly. Now Killington with a long-range bomb, saved by Kemper, and he'll freeze the puck. Kern and Giroux to the right of Kemper. Face-off won by the Dragons. Sanford with it, and also going to be 6-on-5 as it looked like Sanford drew a penalty. Back to Miller. Colin Miller with the puck as the sixth man comes out. Shattenkirk moving in. Shattenkirk, a shot saved by Kemper. It was a good shot, but Hutton touches it up, and the Dragons will go back to the power play here. 7 minutes into the period as Valerie Nitschkanin goes to the sin bin. Valeri. Kern versus Trennan. To the right of Kemper. Face-off won by Kern. Back to Spurgeon. A shot deflected high over the net. Cole gets it out of danger as Klingberg retrieves that center ice. John Klingberg circling in his own zone now. Gains the blue line. Leaves it for Dzingel. A shot. And Ryan Dzingel scores! His 5th of the playoffs. It's a power play goal as the Dragons go up 4-1 here in Game 4. And they are absolutely just raining bombs on them right now. Klingberg the only assist. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Landeskog has it. Keeps it away from Hornqvist. Hit by Duchesne now. Back to Hornqvist. Back to Duchesne. Sends it deep. Hutton gets there first. Puck loose in front. Shot saved by Kemper and Antonisiu. And you just hate to see it, but the Avalanche, you look like they're just going through the motions. It's not like the greatest trophy in all of sports is on the line. Giroux versus McLeod now to the right of Kemper. Almost halfway through the second. McLeod wins it back to Spurgeon. Sends it back to McLeod. Back to Spurgeon to Klingberg. Klingberg can't get a shot off, but Dzingel gets the loose puck. Shot deflects to McLeod. Kicked away by Burakovsky. Nishkinen now with the puck as he gains the zone. Poked away there. McLeod finds it. Halfway through the second period. 4-1 Delaware and a 4-1 Game 4 with a 3-0 series lead for the Dragons. They're on the verge of sweeping the Stanley Cup Final. Spurgeon gets the puck in the corner. Yeah, I think so too, Young. I think we're gonna be celebrating real soon here. Give about 10 minutes, I think, in real life. As Dzingel sends it back to Janmark. Janmark kicks it back to Killington. Oh, and Killington gets hit hard. He is slow to get up. Not what you want to see. Mike McLeod, I guess, is going to go to... We're going to have some coincidental roughing penalties. Yeah, we're going to have 4-on-4 again. As he got in the face of Burakovsky, who made that hit on Killington. You hope Oliver Killington is okay. Kern versus Yost. Face-off won by Yost. Back to Girard. Back across to Makar. Makar hit by Taves. Corey Perry loses it. Makar with the puck. Knocked away by Jared Spurgeon. Up to Kern along the right side. Kern kicks it back to Spurgeon. Loses it to Girard. This might be a chance for the Avalanche with more room to skate. As down low, as I say that, Makar is second of the playoffs. Gets the one-timer. And the redeflect, and it's 4-2 Dragons now. I was going to say 4-on-4 does not bode well for the Dragons. It bodes better for the Avalanche with the extra space on the ice. Girard the only assist. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Gilbert with the puck. We're back to 5-on-5 in 50 seconds. Colin Miller with the puck. Up to Ryan Dzingel. Dzingel gains the zone. Puts on the brakes. Sends it back to the point for Miller. Miller is offsides. He pushes it to Jenner. This will be another face-off. This one the neutral zone. With 25 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. Jenner versus McKinnon. Won by McKinnon. Back to Gilbert. Over to Rantanen. Poked away by Klingberg. Hunt is there. Now he's offsides. A little sloppy from both teams right now. 12 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Getting late in the second period. Colorado, not a lot of offense in terms of shots. But they've been capitalizing on the few opportunities they've had as Janmark wins this one back to Miller. Up to Killington. Good to see him back on the ice. As Antonisiu now will gain the zone. Throw it on net. Saved by Kemper. We're back to 5-on-5. Antonisiu takes it away off the turnover. Back to the... Oh, looking for Taves in the blue line. Bad pass from Antonisiu. But 4 minutes left in the second. 4-2 Dragons. McLeod moving in. Shot. Saved by Kemper from the top of the slot. Antonisiu comes down and gets it. Kicks it back to the slot, but Gilbert is there for Colorado. And passes up to Rantanen. 3 minutes left here in the second. Poked away now by Shattenkirk. Him and Rantanen go at it. Rantanen wins the deal. Comes down low. Shot saved by Raanta. He got a little too fancy there in the crease. And Raanta was able to adjust as now Taves gets it up to Sanford. Over to Kern. Alex Kern, a shot saved by Kemper. Rebound cleared away by danger by Gilbert. Up to Trennan now. Trennan hit at the point as he sends it deep. Shattenkirk cuts the pass off with less than a minute left in the period. Shattenkirk, long outlet pass for Kern. Along the right side. There's a little button hook. Down low, tries to make a pass to Sanford, but it's intercepted by Trennan, hit off of somebody's skate. Back to Megna with a few seconds left here for Colorado. Megna at the point gets laid out by Spurgeon, and that's the end of your second period. At the end of 40 minutes of play here in Colorado, the Dragons are up 4-2 on the Avalanche. You see their Delaware out shooting Colorado 25-5. The hits are 11-7. Faceoffs 13-7 in favor of Colorado. That's 65%. Both teams have capitalized on every power play. Colorado 1 for 1. Delaware 2 for 2. Duchesne versus McKinnon now. Faceoff won by Duchesne. Back to Spurgeon. Over to Klingberg. Knocked away by McKinnon. Bad turnover. Gets by Spurgeon. Shot saved by Raanta. He freezes it here. 30 seconds into the third. Colorado's playoff lives are on the line. Duchesne versus McKinnon to the right of Raanta. Face-off won by Duchesne, back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon kicks it around the boards, and it's going to be another penalty on the Avalanche. Another cross-check. Just McKinnon this time's going to the sin bin. Just Avalanche can't seem to get out of their own way the last couple games. Really, this whole series, they've had opportunities. Again, the only reason why the scores look lopsided towards the end there is because we've had 6 empty net goals this series already. They've been 1-goal games until the very end, and then in the last minute, we've been getting the empty net goals. As Zingle takes it away at neutral ice. Zingle's shot saved by Kemper. Gerard finds the puck. Passes up to Yost. Back across to Trennan. A minute and a half gone in the period. A minute and a half left on the power play. Taves, pass up to Kern. Alex Kern cutting in, shot, and Alex Kern scores! The rookie gets his 8th of the playoffs. It's a power play goal. I believe that's his first of the Stanley Cup final, but the rookie delivers a massive goal here early in the third. The Dragons are 3 for 3 on the power play tonight, and that's the difference in the game right now. Taves, the only assist, face-off one back to Makar. Taves actually might be the Conn Smythe winner. I'm curious to see how that'll go. As Shattenkirk to Duchesne. Rantanen takes it away. Over to McKinnon. He gets hit by Shattenkirk. Colin Miller finds the puck. The Dragons are 16 and a half minutes away from winning the Stanley Cup. Colin Miller with the puck now. Moving in down low. Miller's had a couple of nice goals this series. And he's going to have another! His 4th of the playoffs! I believe it's his 3rd of the Stanley Cup final. Moved in down low. It looked like I think he banked it in off of somebody, but it counts all the same. And I'm out of Coke. Ah, here. McKinnon and Jenner. McKinnon wins the faceoff. Duchesne and Antonescu the assists on Miller's 4th of the postseason. Killington gets it out of trouble. Smith can't handle the puck. McKinnon now moving in, has his pocket picked. Almost it looked like for a split second he had a clear shot, and then the lane closed up quickly. Landeskog intercepts Corey Perry's pass and leaves it for Hutton as Hutton goes back and retreats into his own zone. Pass up to McKinnon now. McKinnon gets it to Niskanen. Down to Burakovsky. Shot saved by Raanta. Kicks it into the corner. Where Boone Jenner's. 7 minutes gone here now in the third. Corey Perry moving in. Corey Perry with a power play goal tonight. Has that knocked away. Gets it up to Burakovsky through the Avalanche as he sends it up down to Niskanen. Hit by Taves. Killington gets the puck. Now sends it up to Alex Kern. Kern loses it to Cole. Burakovsky starts back the other way. Down to Nitschkin, back to Giroux. Shot saved by Ronta. Klingberg can't get out of trouble, though. Burakovsky down low. One-timer intercepted by Kern. Back the other way comes the Dragons. He leaves it for Jack Roslovic. Back for Kern. Shot saved by Kemper. Rebound poked away by Kemper. Sanford now throws it on net. Kemper keeps it away. Kern gets the rebound, however. Kern now, and Kern scores his second of the game, his 9th of the playoffs, this one at even strength. And the dog that is the Avalanche's mascot is crying in the corner, whimpering, knowing that there will be no championship in Colorado this evening. Kern hits the far post, his 9th of the playoffs. It's now McLeod versus Yost with 8:43 left in the third. Sanford and Roslovic the assists. McLeod wins it back to Shattenkirk. And now over to Colin Miller, who has a goal. He tries to get it down low to Zingle. Miller's shot goes wide after it deflects back to him. McLeod off of Janmark. McLeod a shot, and at this point, Kemper has given up. McLeod's 5th of the playoffs. He hits the far post, and in it goes. 7.5 left here in the third. Well, every other game this series was very close. The Dragons, though, wanted to make sure there was no doubt about this one. Janmark and Miller the assists. As Miller will let another one rip. Koskinen now, the backup Kemper, will finish his Stanley Cup final on the bench. As now one of several Dragons are on the verge of a hat trick. Hornqvist, Kern. Face-off won by Duchesne, back to Spurgeon. Hornqvist takes it away. Hornqvist moving in, shot blocked, never got through. Duchesne now down low, shot blocked again, kicks to Spurgeon though. Spurgeon a shot saved by Kemper. Antanasiu now gets laid out, and Trennan gets the puck and gets it up to Yost. Yost's pass intercepted by Duchesne. Duchesne can't get a shot off. Hornqvist finds it, and there it is! Patrick Hornqvist, that's a Stanley Cup hat trick here in Game 4. It's 9-2 Dragons. Oh my goodness, and it doesn't matter who's in net. The Avalanche netminders have clearly given up. The offense has given up. Hornqvist unassisted off the turnover. Another face-off win for the Dragons. Colin Miller moving to the left circle. McKinnon now up to Landeskog. Gonna get hit by Shattenkirk. Miller will get it in the corner with 2.5 left here in the period. Janmark now. Over to Zingle. Makar. Back to Rantanen. Over to Landeskog. Zingle now circling around. Passes up to Janmark. And here it is. The last 60 seconds. Shot saved by Koskinen. He'll freeze the puck. What's up, KLW? Yeah, we're going to get the W tonight, man. And there she is, the most prestigious trophy in all of sports. The Stanley Cup will be awarded tonight here in Game 4. Every game, except for Game 4, was close. Literally, it came down to the last minute. Every game was a one-goal game. The Dragons would get empty netters here or there. But it was a last-minute game, every game, except for Game 4. As Spurgeon's shot saved by Koskinen punched out of play. 9-2 is your score right now. Patrick Hornqvist had a hat trick. Alex Kern had a pair of goals. The rookie. The Dragons were 3 for 3 on the power play. The Avalanche absolutely just rolled over tonight and died here in their own arena. What a terrible effort in a game that you knew you had to have. They scored in the first minute. And then they did get a goal in the second, but after that, it was just all Delaware. As Sanford a shot saved by Koskinen. Rantanen now up to Girard. Half a minute to go here. The countdown is on. Landeskog, shot saved by Ranta. Spurgeon up to Kern now. Kern looking for a Hattie. Could we have two Hatties in the same game? McKinnon takes it away, so at least not yet. Rantanen now knocked off the puck. Spurgeon with it. Knocked off his stick. McKinnon with it at center ice. And there it is. McKinnon, one more shot. Ranta makes the save that'll help the save percentage, but it doesn't matter. An expansion franchise in their first year of existence has won the Stanley Cup. There's the achievement. Holy cow. The Delaware Dragons. There is a championship in Dover. Unbelievable. Get the parade route ready. I can't believe it. The Delaware Dragons are Stanley Cup champions, and the Avalanche absolutely dejected as they have to watch the visiting Dragons celebrate on their home ice after one of the most pathetic efforts in Stanley Cup history. And there it is. That is traditional handshake at center ice as the Dragons tell the Avalanche how terrible they are. They stunk up their own home arena with an embarrassing Game 4 loss in a series that was a nail-biter. Every game came down to the last minute except for Game 4. As the Dragons put together a bunch of pieces all come together here. Patrick Hornqvist is your Conn Smythe winner. 20 playoff points, 10 goals, capped off by a hat trick in Game 4. And there it is, the Stanley Cup. As all the players gather around, getting ready for their turn to lift it up. The first one over is the captain, John Klingberg. Klingberg came over, of course, like many guys in the expansion draft from Dallas, as he will now skate around, holding it high above his head. He passes it along to believe that's Devin Taves. Well, I think we grabbed it from Colorado. And now he moves it along. There's Kevin Shattenkirk as he lifts it above his head now. Celebrating in front of a stunned Avalanche crowd. As we've now, in both our franchises, beating the Avalanche in the Stanley Cup. As he finally passes it over to Antti Ranta, a journeyman netminder who only started 43 games this year. Him and Jake Allen really split the netminding duties, but he started every game in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And now, a photo that will immortalize this moment forever. Your 2022 Stanley Cup champions. Your number 3 star with 2 goals, Alex Kern. Delaware outshot Colorado 37-10, outhit them 16-9. Face-off 17-14. Again, 4 power plays in the night. And 3 for 3 with the Dragons, 1 for 1 with the Avalanche. Colin Miller with a goal, 2 assists, and a hit. Your number 2 star. Indeed, Young, indeed. And your number 1 star, and of course your Conn Smythe winner, he capped off this amazing playoffs with a hat trick in Game 4. Patrick Hornqvist. And of course, Oliver Killington. Yes, he's been hurt. We knew he was playing hurt this entire, the rest of that game. But he felt no pain in those final minutes, I can tell you that much. Hey, Aiden, thanks for the sub, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Well, now it's time for off-season. Time to make some moves. Well, let's set some ticket prices. Oh yeah, we're a Stanley Cup champion. We gotta raise these prices at least a little bit. Actually, just the upper bowl. The upper bowl will make a little bit more money there. Let's see, who retired? No, let's see, teams. Nobody retired from us. Nice. Oh, we had a coach retire. Okay. Let's view the draft class. Yeah, Young, we're gonna make some moves. Is there any other gems? Oh, this guy's a bust. No, let's see. Who might we be able to get? Maxim Bure. Let's interview this guy because especially. What's your greatest strength? My shot. What's your greatest weakness? Your defense. That's fine. You're a centerman. Let's talk about your playstyle. What's your playstyle? All right. So power forward. He's ranked 36. He'll probably still be there by the time it comes around to us. Let's see. Also, this guy, J.C. Barnett. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a second-round pick. I might have to try and get back into the higher the draft because we're not gonna get. Obviously, these guys are gonna not be there by the time we get there. Let's talk to this guy. Strengths and weaknesses. What's your greatest strength? Shot. Okay, same thing. What's your weakness? Don't say defense. Okay, he's not physical. That's fine. Let's change the subject. First, let's talk about what kind of a person are you? Carefree. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for talking. Yada, yada, yada. Because even that, because I'm trying to remember what our draft picks are. So maybe something like James Swan, right? It should be the end of this. I don't know if we have a second round pick. I might have traded it in the Spurgeon trade. I can't remember. What's your greatest strength? Skating. You fast. All right. What's your greatest weakness? Physicality. Okay. You're not very physical. Play style. Tell me how you play. All right. Two-way forward. All right. Okay. Actually, I'm trying to think. Trade block. What are my draft picks? What do I have? I have Why isn't it doing it by year? Come on. Yeah, I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have a second round pick this year. That's fine. Oh, actually, I know what I'm going to do. Put on the trading block. I'm going to put a few guys in the trading block. Let's see. No, I don't want to trade this. Let's... I got a few too many defensemen. Let's see. Put Sakara on the trade block. And we're going to put... I'm gonna put Lindblom on the trade block. I want to get rid of him. See what people want. See if I can get something good for him. Give me something good. All right, let's start the draft. All right. All right, let's sim to our pick. And then make our pick. What's up, 31B? How's it going, buddy? Oh, and here's the guy we want, Maxim Burry. Bam. That's who we want. Yeah, I don't think I have a pick this round. I traded it to the Kings, maybe? Or no. Let's see. Fine trade. Find me a trade for Lindblom. Oh, I don't want 2 picks next year. I want picks in this draft. Those are the only ones who are interested are the Ducks. Okay. Let's see. And let me see if I can get anything for Sakara. The Bruins will do a 6th round next year. Oh. 2 7th rounders? Maybe for Carolina. A 6th and a 7th. Okay, for Chicago. I think I might take the Chicago one. A 6th this year, a 7th next year. 6th next year. Oh, Carter? No. Wow, actually, there's a lot of guys who would take him, but... I think the Chicago one is... Tampa is up there. That's about what he's worth. Oh, Vancouver's not bad. I think it's about the same. I think Chicago... Yeah. There he goes. Sakara for Chicago's... A couple of picks for Chicago. That's what we're talking about. Clear cap space and... That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to clear cap space, and we got some picks for this year's draft. So, goodbye. 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 So, let's see. All right, let's sim to... Yeah, we're going to sim up to pick 99. That's where we're at, unfortunately. Let's see, who else is left? Oh, another gem. He's still there. He's still on the board. Always take the gems. Always take the gems. Unfortunately, we've got a couple of picks here. Incoming trade offer. That was one to move up 14 spots and are just offering an extra pick next year. Screw you, New Jersey. Like, my God, how terrible are the Devils? Let's see. You know what? You could use another... You got a couple of centers already, so let's take a goalie. His potential is completely unknown. But we'll take a flyer on him. Why not? It's 4th round. So now later in this round... Let's see, another guy who's unknown. Duke Green. Sure. Oh, and then we had 3 4th round picks. Haha, look at that. Let's see. Let's take this guy. A winger. You know, our next pick doesn't come until the 6th round, which is part of the reason why we took it. Sure. We'll make the pick there for Hickman. And then end of the round. Let's take this guy, Victor Glennie. And we got back into the 7th round with that trade to Chicago. Let's take this, a flyer on this guy, Parker. All right, and that's the draft. So what did we get? We could see we got a goalie, we got some centers. We ended up having 8 picks because of that trade. We only had 6 coming in, but we made that trade to get 2 more late-round picks. So Earl and Votek. Earl, yeah, here we go. Earl, yeah, you want some money? You want some money? There we go. And coaches. 1, 2, 3. Do we not have? I'm trying to think. We need to hire another coach. But it won't let me right now. Yeah. We'll see, I'm sure, at some point. All right, there we go. Save. Make sure we save as we go along here. Hopefully, we won't have an issue like we did last time. All right, so let's go to contracts. Yay! All right. First off, as we always sign our rookies immediately because they're not going to go against the cap. What do we got in cap space? Oh, 11 million. That's actually not bad. Let's see. We got 3 wing. We got 5 forwards. A couple defensemen. This way we flesh out our minor leagues. And then also, and yeah, then the goalie. And you know what? We're going to let Jake Allen go. Goodbye. Because he played really terribly for us. Let's see. Who else is... we're going to let go of Shen. Goodbye. Goodbye. What's Corey Perry want? 3 years, 5.8 million. What's Corey Perry want? 1 year... you know what? He's a backup. He's a backup. He's a guy who, at this point of his career, he's a backup off the bench. I feel like we can get some more depth in free agency in this position. So he's gone. What's Derek Stepan want? Komarov. I mean, this is the thing. They want one-way contracts. I don't think they're going to make the team. we signed him to flesh things out for the time being, but I think we're just going to let all these guys... The one guy I might try to re-sign is Shattenkirk. But we're going to let them go. Release. Can I fix this now? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, what's the progress reports? Duchesne went up 2. Onto Smith. Lindblom. Kern. McLeod's up to an 81. Killington. Haig. Yeah, because we're gonna call up. We can call up guys like Victor Rask and like Ryan Donato instead of having some of these other guys on the ice. Like it's just a. Shattenkirk's 33. I don't know if I want to give him a long-term deal. Right, because I also need to sign a goalie. That's my other thing. I let go of Jake Allen. I want to sign a goalie in free agency. I'm trying to think. Ooh. We need wingers. I would like a winger. I'd like to sign another forward in free agency because in terms of like centermen, right? Our top centers: Duchesne, Kern, Jenner, McLeod. Janmark plays on the wing. Rask is going to come up as the backup. Antonisiu, Lindblom, Sanford, Zingle, and Donato will be a backup. And Hornqvist, Smith, Roslovic. Well, and then Janmark. You could use another forward, a depth, just a kind of a depth kind. Whereas and then in defense, it's Klingberg and Spurgeon, Taves, Shattenkirk, Miller, Killington, and then probably Haig or Coughlin as a backup, depending on what we can get for some of these guys. Right, Sekera was signed as a depth piece, and then we traded him for picks, which is what we were going to do all along. Yeah, I guess we'll try to re-sign Shattenkirk. That'll be the one guy we try to re-sign. Darkstroke, I remember when the USFL was around the first time in the 80s. Have you? It's just coming back. Yeah, I'll check it out maybe later or whatever. Did you also hear the XFL has signed a deal with the NFL? Where some rule changes in the NFL will be tried in the XFL first? That's a lot of money for 3 years for Shattenkirk. Let's see if he'll take 4,875. We'll come down $1 million from what he's basically asking for. And see if that works. So I don't want to give him almost $6 million. That's kind of nuts. Yeah. Scout signed. Scout signed. Of course, all the rookies basically. Yay, so happy. Yay, fantastic. Great. I don't think... New York Guardians and New Jersey Generals. Yep, Darkstroke, exactly. I'm trying to think. I'm almost tempted to let him go to free agency and then try to sign him there. You know, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let him go to free agency. Because I got like 11 million bucks. Or I got 11.72 in cap space. I need to get a goalie. And I need probably another winger and another defenseman. Those are probably the things that I need. I think I'd rather take a risk. This is the offseason, Darkstroke. Yep. So, I mean, we're pretty good. I mean, we only had a few guys whose contracts were expiring. We gave everybody else extensions in the leading up to it. So, I mean, that's it. That's our I don't want to buy him out. That's not a thing. Yeah, everybody else. Yep, we won the cup, Darkstroke. So, we'll go to free agency now. And now let's see what we can get on free agents. All right, first thing, like I said, we need goalies. We need a goalie. And yeah, Tuukka Rask. Yes, Darkstroke. I won the cup both times. Yes. Oh, Varlamov is only looking for 2 years for $3 million? That's all he wants? I mean, Tuukka Rask wants 1 year for $5 million. Let's see what is he? He's 35? He'll actually take 3 years at 4.5? He's a 92 overall. Let's offer Tuukka Rask a contract. Let's see what happens. All right. So that would probably give us still about... Let's see. And then, let's see. We're looking at defense. Letang. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot that he wants. And then let's see. Uyghur wants a lot. Duncan Keith is up there. Riley, that's a lot of money. Gustafson... Oh, he's only 30. That's 5 years. Trevor Carrick. But his numbers are not accurate. Neither is Gustafson, but I know Gustafson's pretty solid. Clefbaum. Oscar Clefbaum, I mean... I think you kind of... He wants 4 years at 4.6. I mean, again, you're getting somebody younger with more potential than Shattenkirk for basically what we were saying, which was $1 million less. Yeah. So we'll offer him a deal. See what happens. Because I've also been thinking about... No, it's not Darkstroke. Not when you have, especially when you have 11 million in cap space. Also, because let's see, who else am I looking to get possibly rid of? Lindblom. And then who else did I sign? Who else thinking about getting rid of? Defenseman. Haig. And let's see what some of these guys are looking for. Because what would get rid of? That would get rid of about another 4 million in cap space. Oh man, you think they would pull the trigger on this? Oh man. Let's do it. Oh, draft picks. We do not have a lot of draft picks coming up in the next draft. That is for sure. Let's see. Maybe this will put it over the top. No, didn't want that. Okay. No, Darkstroke. I completely forgot the All-Star game was even on. Completely forgot. It's worth a shot. I'll even throw in. I'll even throw in a 7th round pick. Yeah, no, of course it is. Darkstroke. Well, it's worth a shot. I'm trying to get some of the best defensemen in the game. Oof, not going to get McAvoy. Not for that much money. A bunch of money. Oh, Mike Riley. 28, 81 overall. Oh, he's only got 1 year left on that contract, though. What about the Sabres? Oh, that's cool, Darkstroke. Yeah, I mean, the All-Star game it's just like an exhibition, really. I mean, that's every league, though, but... Let's see... Brett Pesce. Him too. 1 year left in that contract, though. Ryan Murray. 5 years. 4.615. Let's see if they'll pull the trigger on this. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my draft pick. Wow, I get Ryan Murray for Clefbaum and Haig. I am very happy with that move. Yeah, that's a quality player right there. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we got. We still got, yeah, 10 million. We only took basically $1 million on in cap space. That's plenty, so. Come on, sign with me. 3rd, 4th, Muckalt. For 3rd and 6th, no, decline. Great, Clefbaum has joined us. What's going on with Tuukka? Tuukka. He's still out there. It's obvious. Well, people are bidding on him now. That's the problem. My worry is that he'll still be out there, and then Varlamov will be off the sheet. Oh. Oh, Tatar? What's Tatar's numbers? Aside from the fact that he's going to cost $3.5 million. 2 years left. 3.5. Oh, he's an 84. For a 4th round next year and a 2nd round the year after. Let's do it. All right. Thomas Tatar. Fantastic. All right, let's try and get Varlamov now since Rask was like, I'm not interested. Blah. Actually, what's my... Still got 4.4 cap space. Let's see. Let's offer him 4 years at $3 million. This will keep us $1 million under the cap space. Yeah, but if he sucks, it'll be harder to trade him. Maybe we go 3 at 3.2. Let's do 3 years at 3.25. So, hopefully, it might be our guy. If not him, then probably Anderson wants a lot of money. Hey, Varlamov's with us now. Okay. I think we're kind of actually really good now with a lot of our a higher staff. We need an assistant coach. We need an NHL assistant coach. There. Great. Offer him a little more money that he wants. Just a few thousand. Come on. $500,000. Come on, buddy. Join the staff. Come on. Great. There we go. So our coaching staff is set now. Yeah, Darkstroke, I mentioned it earlier. It's a big deal. That is a big deal. But I mean, it also makes sense, right? Like a lot of turmoil and a lot of things moving around in that company now. Well, Darkstroke, it probably needs to be ended. Honestly, the yearly streak has really it Call of Duty is not what it once was. It probably, much like WWE took a break, and a lot of these annual, and Assassin's Creed took a break, and the franchise came back, to me, way better. If this helps Call of Duty in the long run, I hope that it helps Call of Duty in the long run. Right? Like, I think that's what needs to be done. So... All right, so we kind of did everything I wanted to do. Like if let's see, like using progress reports, right? So centers would be Duchesne, Kern, Jenner, and McLeod. Remember, Yanmark will be on the wing. And then Tatar, Antanasiu, Sanford, Zingle, Donato as a backup. And Hornqvist, Smith, Roslovic. Defense, Klingberg, Spurgeon, Taves, Murray, Clefbaum, Miller. And Killington will be on the bench. Killington will be our bench guy. Like, we got better. We got better. Yeah, no, Darkstroke, yeah, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it, I think. Also, Spurgeon at 32 is the elder statesman on our defense. Yeah, we did. This is good. We upgraded our defense through trades and free agency. Hornqvist, Smith, and Roslovic are still on their contract. Tatar, Antanasiu, Sanford, Zingle. Donato's the backup winger, backup forward. And then... yeah, then we have our four center. Yeah, no, we did... We done... I think we did solid. I think we did very, very solid with our upgrades here. I'm very proud. Very proud of our front office, how we've rebuilt this team to make another run at the Cup. I think we've upgraded every position across the board. Goaltending, defense, and offense. Less on offense, but mostly defense and goaltending. You know, but I think putting Thomas Tatar up there and get rid of Clefbaum, who just wasn't doing it for me. And obviously, huge upgrades on defense. We now have either it's a team of either elite or everybody's a top 4 defense potentially. I think acquiring Ryan Murray through a trade and Oscar Clefbaum through free agency. We did it. We did it. Yeah. So it's in the next season. Glenny Dragons. No. Glenny and the Dragons. No. Definitely don't want Michael Del Zotto. No. Decline. Declined. No, that's a terrible trade. Trade alert. Wow. Matthias Ekholm and 2 picks for Kaprizov? This game is broken. I mean, Ekholm is a great defenseman, but for Kaprizov and picks? What? Declines. Declines all around. Decline. Yeah, I'm going to go to my trade block and see who is up on the trade block right now. I don't want to get rid of guys I don't know anything about yet. Make me an offer I can't refuse or something. Come on. Alright. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm good with I think getting Varlamov was a good upgrade. Let's see. Set captains. Duchesne's an A. Hornqvist is an A. Klingberg is the C. That stays the same. Let's edit the lines. Duchesne's top guy. Tatar top guy. Antanasiu top guy. No, Hornqvist top guy. Come on now. What's happening? Okay, I need to see who, first off. No, Jenner. No, what? Craig Smith got scratched? No, that's not. No. I don't care about the chemistry being a +1 when his overall is +3. And Donato's the scratch. Yeah, okay. Shane's top guy. Kern moves to the second line. Smith on the 2. Roslovic back to the 3 with Jenner and Janmark. Yeah, Darkstroke, we're probably not going to actually play a lot more, man. Like, relax. Duchesne, Hornqvist, Smith, Kern, Sanford, Tatar, Janmark, Jenner, Roslovic, Antanasiu, McLeod, Zingle. Yeah, that's a pretty solid core right there. And then, yeah, and then it should be that, yeah, and Killington is the guy who's scratched. Makes perfect sense to me. Move Spurgeon to the second pairing. Is it better to have +1 split between 2 lines or 1 line with a +2? That is the question. I think this works, actually. I like this. Klingberg and Taves. Taves goes back to the top line. Murray and Spurgeon, and then Miller and Clefbaum. Yeah, I like our defense. I'm not going to lie. Varlamov's the top guy over Ranta. And then, extra attacker. Oh, should not be Klingberg. Should not be a defenseman. Hornqvist. Put Hornqvist there. Shootout. Kern. No, I'm not going to. Klingberg's not the guy. He ain't the guy. Actually. Janmark. Put Janmark. He's a sniper. Into the shootout. Shouldn't matter the position. Antanasiu, Duchesne. Actually, I'm going to go like this. Okay, and then special teams. Yeah, Darkstroke. A couple more. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to have... If you're talking about real-life baseball, I have no idea what's going to happen. If you want video game baseball, you got to wait a couple more months. Gosh. Penalty kill's fine. I'll mess with that later. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And we're done. Actually, hold on, edit lines. Who's my scratched guys? Killington, Donato. Oh yeah, we're gonna make a move. And we'll see, man. We will see. Rask. Yeah, Rask gets called up to the top. Don't have any other centers. Oh, this is gonna not end well. I need some depth in the AHL, that is for sure. And then defense, Martin, Coughlin, Muckholt. Is anybody scratched in the AHL? Goalies. I have too many goalies in the AHL. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna probably have to do. I gotta trade for some depth. I have nobody in the AHL right now. So I need to make... Maybe Darkstroke, we'll see. I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. I have no idea. I haven't talked to those guys yet about doing baseball because we don't know what's going on with baseball. I just need some guys who are going to be, like, scratched. Some, like, bottom feeder dudes down in the AHL. No, I got rid of them for Spurgeon. I got rid of a lot of them. Oh, that would put me over the cap. I did not realize that, even though they're minor league players. I'm more concerned I have no players right now in the minor leagues. I mean, these should go as... I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this piece by piece because of the way things work. Let's see if they'll take a 5th round pick for this kid, Hasek. Great. Great. Just let them, what do you mean just let them go? I need players, not picks. Like, I need guys who can play. See if I can pick up anybody. Yeah, I was going to say, they're AHLers. For whatever reason, during the trade, it's as if their money counts against it, so I need to do, like, piece by piece. Piece by piece. 6th round pick. Give me... Give me this kid for a 6th round pick. And I'll throw in even a 7th round pick the year after, because who cares about these late round picks? Maybe the Coyotes will give me something. Give me a crappy defenseman. Just give me a crappy defenseman. Here, this guy's crappy. Come on. Oh, they're not gonna take it. Oh, because it's a 6th round pick. I mean, I could also hope to pick somebody up through the waiver wire at some point. Maybe this guy. Come on. There we go. Great. Fantastic. William Wargy Corgi. Swedish chef has joined us, has joined our minor league team. Great. Great. Now at least if something happens, I at least have some forwards that can... A forward and a defenseman that can plug in, worst case scenario. Why do I don't need... You know, I'm going to try and trade this goalie for a center. I don't need these extra goalies now that I drafted another goalie. Let's see if anybody's interested in him, and then we'll just try and pick up a... Doesn't look like anybody wants this crappy goalie from me. Again, looking for crappy centers. Nope. Maybe? I'll sweeten the deal. I'll give you a 7th round pick. It's not actually a bad deal. I don't know why they wouldn't take it, though. Oh, man, this guy's terrible. But... he's a body. At this point, that might be worth more. And they still wouldn't take it. Great. Cool. There we go. Goodbye, Hanu. Goodbye. Gosh. Wait, no. No, Victor... This game. Why would you send down... You. Down to the minors. You. Up to the majors. Up to the NHL. Ugh. There we go. All right. Now we've got some depth. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of depth. And like I said, we'll pick up other people if need be during the, if anybody goes on the waiver wire. But this way we actually got some guys now in the minors. If worse comes to worse, because the game likes to throw us curveballs. Everything else, and the you know, at the very least, everything's here. We got Donato, we got Rask, Killington, we got the guys we want here now. We got our bench set. The minors have their bench set. Everything should be good. Sim to the regular season. Set some promotions. Home opener, raising the flag. John Klingberg night. Then December, Happy New Year against the Rangers. Everybody gets a puck. And the last game of the season, more pucks. What's up, Cotter? How's it going, buddy? All right, we are salary cap compliant. I think everybody should have an assignment. Looks good. All right. Oh, the preseason is over. It's the home opener against the Ducks. And now I should finally have some money to fix my stadium. Repair. Repair. And now we have no money for the rest of the season again. Oh, being a small market team sucks. I'll keep my concessions going, but everything else will be sooner rather than later below standards. Oh, wait, we got extra money. Yeah, put that money back into arena operations. Great, we got some money back. Keep all this stuff, at least for now. There. The lower bowl, when it goes, it goes. Is it, Cotter? You think baseball's done forever? We're not going to have a season? Ah, well. At least we had enough money there to, at least the beginning of the year, get all this stuff ready to go. All right, so... Wow, Alex Kern is an 87 now. Top line. Thank you, sir. Tatar is an 84, I guess. Hornqvist is an 84. Smith and Antoniciu, Zingle. Everybody else is pretty accurate, but Alex Kern, the rookie of the year, man. Or should be anyway. I'll double check that in a second. Klingberg, Taves, Spurgeon. We're just going to have Clefbaum move up to the second line. Murray and Miller will be the bottom pair, which I'm cool with. Scratches. Everybody else here is in the 80s. Cool with that. Yeah, lines are pretty good. Oh, yeah, Cotter, it's in a lot of trouble in a lot of different fronts. There's definitely not going to be, it's not going to start on time. We're going to have spring training delayed for sure. We already knew. So Kern will be the top line center now. Greatest player in Dragons history. It's already an 87 at 19. Hornqvist, Smith, Duchesne, Sanford, Tatar, Janmark, Jenner, Roslovic, Antoniciu, McLeod, and Zingle is technically our lowest rated guy here. Look at that. Oh my god, we did what I couldn't do with the Rangers. Everybody's an 80. Everybody on the team, even the scratches, are an 80 or above. 80 or above. Everybody, even if you're a scratch, they're at least an 80 or above. Pretty dang impressive. That's what you want when you're going into a title defense. Huzzah. Look at that. Kern's the top guy. Duchesne. And then Jenner, McLeod. I'm glad his numbers continue to go over the last season because he's only 24. Good moves. We did a good job. We stayed $1 million under the salary cap. Somehow. What I worry about is some of these guys who are going to... Well, these guys aren't too bad. Right? We'll give him 3 years. A 2-way contract that won't go against us. Same with this guy. Here. This money doesn't even matter. Like, because it's 2-way contracts. So. But the rest of them, I mean, Taves is going to want a lot of money. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. I wonder what Antanasiu wants. Yeah, we're going to have to let him go. Maybe Yanmark. Maybe Sanford. Probably Killington. Yo, all he wants is 2 years at 0.825? What? Is he 29? But he stays here at the NHL level? Yeah. Great. We'll keep him on board. That's a pay cut. He'll take a pay cut just to stay on the roster. On board for that. And then the others will figure out as the season goes on, because those numbers are not going to go down. I might have to trade some of these guys at some point. So, there we go. But, alright, let's save the file. Overwrite. And we'll call it a night. It's 9 o'clock, 2-hour stream. We won the cup. We've set up the Dragons very well. Actually, out of just curiosity, I wonder what our overalls are now. Spurgeon, Klingberg, Kern. Obviously, Kern gets an X factor now, which is cool. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Our goaltending went down a little bit. Our offense is a 92. Our defense is a 93. Because we have everybody is an 80 or above. We don't have everybody on the roster. Everybody on the NHL roster is an 80 or above. That's a winner right there. That's a winner. A winner is you. It's an old reference. You guys probably don't remember that one. Anyway. That was fun. And I got an achievement. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you is real quick. So I forgot to do it with the Rangers. We won a lot of trophies with the Rangers. The awards. Obviously, Stanley Cup, President's Trophy, and Prince of Wales Trophy. The Art Ross Trophy, most points went to McKinnon. Hart Memorial Trophy went to McKinnon. He would have got the Conn Smythe had it been. He would have had the Conn Smythe had the Avalanche beat us, for sure, because he was dominating. That even against us, he scored a lot of goals. James Norris Trophy, best defenseman, John Klingberg. The Lady Bing, McKinnon. Calder, Rookie of the Year, Kern, which we knew was gonna happen. Conn Smythe, we saw Hornqvist. Vezina goes to Hellebuck, no surprise. The William N. Jennings Trophy, that's for giving up the least amount of goals. Ronta and Allen split that. The Bill Masterson Memorial Trophy goes to Manson. Jack Adams Award goes to the Kings' made-up coach. Frank Selke Trophy goes to Patrice Bergeron, which is weird seeing him with a Senators logo next to him. The Ted Lindsay Award. Kind of like the MVP for the NHLPA, Matt Duchene. And, of course, most goals in the season, McKinnon. So we didn't win a lot of personal awards like I did in my Rangers franchise. But that's all good. So that was fun. All right, I'm going to save again. And we're going to call it a night. Horizon, Forbidden West, tomorrow night. Back to hockey on Thursday. And then Friday, more Horizon. And then in a couple of weeks, it'll be wrestling. So, thank you all for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. Have yourselves a great rest of your Tuesday evening. It feels like Wednesday. But it's only Tuesday. Ugh. Anyway, have yourselves a great rest of your night. Be well, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow.